Tamashii is going back to the well of money on this one and making a Vegeta that anybody could buy. That's right, Tamashii Nations is making this Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, and in this video, guys, we're gonna talk about everything you need to know, where to get him, how much he is, and also the most important part, and that is what he comes with. Well, guys, I am Snook, and let's dive in to the very first photo of Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta. Well, guys, taking a look at the very first photo is going to be this Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta that you have probably seen 10 times over. Yes, Tamashii is remaking Super Saiyan Blue. This is really exciting in one facet and also disappointing in another. The first is being able to add Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta to your collection if you happen to miss him, and for a decent price. The disappointing part is this comes straight off the heels of the 25th anniversary version of Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta. That version not only came with the red head, but also was priced at a hefty $85. So this coming in just on the heels of that really, I believe, steps on the toes of collectors that really needed this Blue Vegeta for their collections, but kind of undercut them with this release. Well, let's put all the negativity aside and jump into these photos with the very first photo of a classic pose of Vegeta, and that's him crossing his arms. Now, there are a lot of things that I want to point out in this photo, and then we'll kind of just go through each of them and point out just the new stuff. First thing is going to be the classic arms, the crossed arms. Same concept as before. They're going to disconnect right up here at the shoulder pieces on both sides. Outside of that, let's clean this up a little bit and take a look at it. The faceplate. This to me is one of the most important parts, because if it doesn't look like the character, if it doesn't resemble him almost to a T, it kind of ruins the aesthetic and takes you out of what the figure is supposed to represent. Now, that face is pretty iconic with any Dragon Ball Z outside of Vegeta. It's pretty much the stern face, I'm ready to fight face. And the last thing I want to talk about in this photo, let's clean that up, is going to be the hair. Now, it's really hard to figure out what they're doing with the hair in this photo when it comes to Super Saiyans. There's usually 3 different methods that they do with Super Saiyan hairs. They either do the matted, they do the metallic, or they're going to do like a translucent. It's kind of hard to tell what's going on in this photo, but I believe they're doing the latter. I believe they're doing that translucent hair. It's kind of their MO going forward. They did it with the re-release Super Saiyan 2 Gohan from SDCC, and that's kind of the direction they keep moving in, and I believe that is exactly what's going on here. Well, guys, looking at the next photo here, these are going to start picking up in pace just because there's not a lot to show you in this photo, but we're only going to point out the new. The 2 new things are going to be the 2 fists. You can see the one back there and the one right in the foreground. He is doing a punching pose. It shows a little bit of the articulation. It does not look any different than previous Vegetas that we have gotten. I would be very, very surprised if this thing does anything like groundbreaking or new in the figure. I think this is going to hit that baseline, get people excited, and something that's always on the shelf that you can pick up to add the Blue Vegeta to your collection. The other new thing in this photo, and the last thing really, is going to be right here. It's going to be that grimacing face. This is pretty common as well, nothing exciting, but I just wanted to show you that you're getting those classic fists and that fighting grimacing face. Well, guys, we'll get back to Super Saiyan Vegeta and taking a look at everything he comes with in a second. If you're enjoying this video, I really appreciate it if you put a like on the video and also share it with a friend. And it doesn't hurt to subscribe, because right here, guys, on this channel, we collect together. Now let's get back to that Vegeta. Well, guys, going on to the next photo, which is pretty exciting. We actually get an action pose here, and it's gonna be of him performing his signature move, the Final Flash. We actually get the Final Flash hands to represent the right and the left hand, so that's pretty common. But also we get that excellent emotive face of him screaming and really putting the power behind one of his most devastating attacks. Well, guys, moving on to the next photo is another action pose of him jumping back and shooting a ki blast. I don't think, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, it's been a minute since I've seen Dragon Ball, but I do not believe this is Big Bang Attack. I believe with his open palm hand, he's just jumping back and shooting an energy blast. If it's the Big Bang, he has his fingers together. I need all you hardcore Dragon Ball fans to definitely confirm if I'm correct in this, or correct me please down in the comments. I'd much appreciate it. But we get that open palm blaster hand like we see. That hand right there is going to be the same hand as the Final Flash hand. You could use it as the Final Flash, or you can use it as just like a grasping fighting hand, and it's gonna be the exact same faceplate as before. So not a lot in here, this photo, just the one blaster hand that we see. And guys, with the last photo, it's going to be another dynamic pose. I really appreciate the figures in these poses. They may not show a lot of what's going on, but I believe they show a lot of what the figure can do with the extension of his legs. Now in this photo, guys, there's nothing new. There's nothing new. We still have those fists and that grimacing face again. So with all this detail of everything you need to know, we just did all the photos. What you need to know in this figure and what you probably expected, this guy is going to be a general release. So get him where you want him. Get him from Kappa, get him from Big Bad, get him from Hobby Geki. He'll probably show up on your Walmart or Target shelves. This guy is going to be that $35 base figure with the limited amount of hands. Fists, a blaster hand, final flash hands, that's not a lot of hands. There's only 3 faceplates in this figure. That kind of sums up and gives me the impression this is going to be one of those baseline $35 right next to that Super Saiyan Blue that you see at your Targets almost every time you go. Well guys, let me know down in the comments below, is this a figure that you want to add to your collection, or are you kind of upset and disappointed for how fast this figure came out right after that 25th anniversary? I know it stung a lot of you out there, but just be happy for what you got. And if you happen to miss that, or if that one was out of your price range, this might be right around the corner for you. Let me know down in the comments below. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I have been Snook. I'll see you in the next one.